Hello, back again. This is question 2 that I'm going to give you guys. As you saw in the previous one, this is all still part of the Ellen Star Fitness Q&A, and I'm just going to get started. So, another question that I've been asked via Twitter. Someone asked me, what's my favourite ab exercises? And funny enough, I've never actually been asked this myself or directed to me. I've normally just been asked what are the best ab exercises, but this person has asked me what are my favourite ab exercises. And this might be a shocker to some, but personally I don't do much abdominal work. I tend to do a lot of core work, and difference is with the core you're working with the whole trunk of the body. So when I say trunk, I'm just going to stand up briefly, is all here, all around. So this is the core of the body. I've seen a lot of videos where they do say that a person by the name of Gray Cook, that I've learnt from him, has said the core starts from just below the sternum all the way down to just above the knee. So sometimes the core, some people just think that the core is just to do with the abdominal area, the obliques and the lower back. No, it actually goes quite further than that. And from what these people have said that they learnt of this particular person called Gray Cook, is that the core actually starts from just below the sternum all the way down to just above the knees. So with what I do a lot of core work, as I just said, and that involves not as many planks as you think, but it just involves a lot of work where I will be having to tense my whole trunk. So things like pal-off press, the landmine, farmer's walk, suitcase carry, all these type of exercises that I've also posted up on my page, so you can view them on there. Those are the type of exercises that I do go for. Yeah, and also I've been trying out a few of these exercises from this book as well, from Paul Chek, who's another strength and conditioning guru. So as you can see here, that book there, I haven't got the abs like this, by the way, but I am soon trying to get there. This takes a lot of work in the kitchen, not with what you do. If you want to get flat abs, especially like this, it's a lot to do with your eating. And I'm going to show you just a couple of exercises that he recommends you to do in order to get abs like this woman. If you want abs like her, and I'm talking about the ladies as well, if you want abs like her, then get this book here and you'll get abs like her. For the gents, wait, let me get a better picture so you can see here. And as you can see on the bottom, just different types of exercises that I've tried on, not only with myself but also with my clients. So as you can see what this woman's doing here, so she's just doing the cable twist. That would work a lot with the obliques. And also on this side as well is another great obliques exercises where the weight is just attached below the knee, and just using her obliques and the side muscles alone, she drags the weight. So she drags the weight towards her and then lifts back. So that's how it works. So also this is a great book for you guys to get, especially if you want to get shredded abs, especially like the person on the front cover. So to answer that question, I don't do as many isolated ab exercises. The only time I actually do it is when I'm actually doing a leg program at the moment, so a leg workout program at the moment, where it just consists of finishing off my leg session on weighted sit-ups. But even with those, I still do not do any type of sit-up. Well, not any type of sit-up, but I don't do the original sit-ups anyway. And that is just because I've read quite a lot of things in regards to how that can affect not only problems within the body, believe it or not, but also just posture. Doing original sit-ups can really, I wouldn't say damage, but hinder is the best word that I could probably think of at the moment. Can definitely hinder your posture. And what I mean by that is, if you just perform a lot of what people do as sit-ups, which is just literally just the quick little get up and back down, or the whole neck, you know, trying to get the head to touch the top of the thighs type sit-up, then that could definitely hinder your posture in many different ways, if not just affecting how your head can lean forward with the upper back and then keep the upper back sore, then it could definitely do a lot of problems with just the abdominals, and also you're not working the abdominals to its full potential because you are having to use your hip flexors, and those are muscles just up. Let's say this is the body, here's your legs, and hip flexors will literally just be there, so they aid in that movement there, so they bring your knee up. And as you can see, if you're in that position there and you're coming up, those muscles are going to be almost pulling yourself to come up, and then the abdominals come in. So it's going to be the hip flexors, then the abdominals, hip flexors, then the abdominals, and you ideally just want your abdominals to work. So another different type of setup I do, especially with this program, is something called the Janda setup. Make sure you Google that down and you look for that, and that particular setup is probably the most safest setup to do out of all the setups that are out there, probably. So give that a look, and yeah, so that concludes this particular question, which is what are my favorite ab exercises. And again, I do not do specific abdominal exercises, but I do a lot of core exercises, and my favorite will probably be this suitcase carry. I like to do that quite a lot. And what a suitcase carry is basically, as a normal person would carry a suitcase, you have one item in one hand, and you can either walk or you can just stand still. I like to stand still because that really challenges me to keep my focus and keep my body as straight as possible. And again, I have that up on the on my page, sorry, so I'll definitely add that below as well, and a few other exercises that I do for my core. And as I've shown you here in this book, so make sure you get this book if you want to get a lot of ab exercises. He actually has a few programs in here for you guys to do in order for you to get great abs, so make sure you get that as well. And that will conclude this video. So I'm going to come up with another question for you guys, and thank you for watching. If you have any questions, make sure you comment below, and thank you very much for watching again. Stay tuned.